Hey, this is Josh from Industrial Compressor Solutions, and this video is for the owners of a piston or reciprocating compressor, the little things that they can do, whether it be maintenance or checks on the compressor, that can help prevent having to call in an air compressor service technician for help. The first things you can do, a simple maintenance item, is the air filters. Inspecting the air filters and regularly changing them is an easy thing that you can do. All right, another thing that we can do is inspect the belts. It's very easy when the compressor is not running to see the overall shape of the belts. You can look for cracks. You can look for cracks in the belts, wear on the belts. If they're loose, you'll see a little bit of sag. But also what happens when it's running, if the belts are not tensioned properly, you'll see flop. You'll see flop. They'll almost be circling out while it's running. Checking the belts, changing the belts, and keeping proper belt tension will absolutely aid in helping not having to call a compressor technician out to your home or job. The next thing that you can do at home, check the oil. When your compressor is off, you should be able to see the oil capacity. The reason that's important, it's one thing when you're clear, when it's clear and it's new, it's easy to see where the oil level is, and it's easy to see if there's oil in it. Sometimes, depending on how often you're changing the oil, this can get so dark that it could be overfilled and look empty, or empty and look full. So be careful on this. Keep your oil changed, and inspect your oil level. For home use especially, I suggest draining down the receiver tank every day after you're done using it. For my home compressor, I never will leave it energized, the receiver tank energized. So I vent that down to atmosphere, and I leave it vented to atmosphere whenever it's not in use. It's a good practice. Obviously, stored energy is a concern at your home and or business, but it's also a good practice because it's not going to allow water to stay in your receiver tank for long periods of time. And we do not want to have resting water. Another thing that can be done to prevent you from needing a compressor technician, or if you're comfortable with power de-energized, the electrical connections, be it in the pressure switch and or the enclosure, these should be inspected. With the power off, if you can pull screws and wires out, make sure they're clean, good to go, retighten them. Even going in and making sure that you have tight connections is a very easy way to make sure that the compressor is going to operate the way you expect it to.